Okay everyone, it's here. I'm so excited. The original shipment got lost in the mail, so this is the replacement one, and I'm so excited that it's finally here. Okay, so let's just open this thing up. Okay, the box is now open. Let's go through. First book we have, Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. So this book I actually picked up because it was recommended by Catherine Reeds. I think she had to read it for a school assignment, and she ended up being surprised that she liked it because it's not her usual genre. So I figured I'd pick this up and try to read it. I'm also trying to branch out and read things that are not mystery novels or psychological thrillers because that's generally what I read, but I'm looking for different things and trying to branch out and be more well-rounded as a reader. So book one. Then we have Mockingjay by Susan Collins. I have read The Hunger Games. I've read all 3 books, but about 7 or 8 years ago, a cousin of mine borrowed Mockingjay to read, and I have not gotten it back. I'd like to go through and reread the Hunger Games series, but I didn't want to do that until I had this book. So now I do, and I'm excited to have it again. Next up, we have The Next Person You Meet in Heaven by Mitch Albom. So this is the sequel to The 5 People You Meet in Heaven. This follows Emily, the little girl that was saved in the first book. I read the first book in high school and I want to reread it, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to see what he does with the sequel and how we follow Emily's life, and so I'm looking forward to reading this. I will say The 5 People You Meet in Heaven was probably one of my favorite books that I read in high school. Next up, this one's huge. This is Jane Austen, and this is 4 classic novels. So inside we have Sense and Sensibility, Pride and Prejudice, Emma, and Persuasion. I have never read any of Jane Austen's novels. I really want to branch out, like I said, in my reading, and I really want to kind of get into classics. This book is huge, but it was only $8, which I think is a great bargain for 4 in 1. And it's so pretty. I have to peel this off, which I'm not so good at that. Let's see. It's not working. What? No, okay, it's ripping. The sticker's ripping.
The sticker is ripping.
I'll leave that for now, but I think this is so pretty. Like the cover. All right, next up we have The Lord of the Rings by J.R.R. Tolkien. This is the first one, The Fellowship of the Rings. I've never read these books, nor have I seen the movies, but I know a lot of booktubers have talked about this as a fantasy series. I ended up watching the trailer for the first movie and thought that it might be something I might be interested in, so I went ahead and bought the first novel to see if I like it, and if I like it, I will continue with it. But I think that's going to be my new strategy when trying out new series, is I'm going to buy the first one before I end up with a bunch of books in the series that I'm like, wow, I'm not going to read this. So trying to be a smart book buyer. So moving on. These are really packaged in here. Look how pretty this is. This is Little Women, and I think this is such a pretty cover. This is the 150th anniversary illustrated edition. I didn't know it was illustrated. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to work with this new camera angle. Is it illustrated? Where are pictures? What kind of illustrated novel has no pictures?
I'm a little confused.
Like, where's the pictures? Where are they? Oh, here we go. I guess they're just at the start of each chapter. But they're pretty. They're really, really pretty. And I've never even seen one of these movies. But I really want to read the book, and so I got it. Let's see. The back says, I don't like to doze by the fire. I like adventures, and I'm going to find some. Wow. I really like that. That's really fun. I'm so excited, and it's so pretty. We don't judge books by covers, but that's a really pretty cover. Then we have, oh, it's another huge one. So this is Jane Eyre and Wuthering Heights, the Bronte sisters. I actually have a copy of Wuthering Heights, but I've never read it. And Jane Eyre alone was $8, and that cover was not so pretty. And I thought this one was way prettier. And it's huge. We'll have more luck with this sticker. Let's see.
Wow, these stickers really hate me.
This one's also ripping, so right, we're getting there. Oh, this one is wrapped up in like plastic. Peter Pan, and this one was only $10. A lot of these books were on sale, which is fine by me. All children except one grow up. J.M. Barrie. So I really like the story of Peter Pan, but I've never really read the original story. I've read a retelling of it, which I have on my shelf, which I would like to reread. I've seen, obviously, the Disney Peter Pan movie. I've seen the musical Finding Neverland, which centers around J.M. Barrie and his quest to write Peter Pan, which was a fantastic musical. I like Broadway. It might come up time to time on this channel, but I'm really excited to read the original. And so that's that. So this book, before I show you, brings up something I want to talk about on this channel. I've seen a lot of booktubers do unhauls, and part of me is like, that's a great idea. But another part of me is like, I have unhauled a lot of books in my lifetime, and there are some that I really wish I still had my copy of, but I don't, and now I want to reread the book, and I have to get another copy of it, which is what's happened with this. Judy Blume's Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret, which it's now a weird texting cover. I liked my original cover better, but that's what I get because I gave away my original copy. So it is coming of age, and I know it does deal with her relationship to God, and I'm now a woman, and I'm coming into my relationship with God on my own, and it's something that I want to go back and look, and it does talk about female friendships and how they start changing once you start becoming a woman, and I find like there are certain things that I just kind of want to go back and reread and experience this now on the opposite end of growing up. So that's that. Again, I wish I had my original copy more so, because the original copy, the cover was so much prettier. It was more like a journal. This is a text message, but I get why, because it's now marketed to teenage girls or preteen girls of this generation. Another book that I want to take a look into that's considered pretty much a classic is The Little Prince. Again, I'm really trying to branch out and try different things in different genres and different authors and really just be more well-rounded as a reader. So that's that. Another book that I've never read that is pretty well known. It's really well known. The Giver by Lois Lowry. I know this is a series. Again, I'm not buying series all out in full until I've gotten through the first book to find out if it's really something I want to continue with. I feel like most people, when they talk about this book, they talk about this as a standalone novel, not as a full-on series, so I don't know, I'll figure that out once I read this, what I'm doing. Okay, we're winding down here. I have Bridge to Terabithia. I remember seeing this movie in movie theaters. I went with my grandmother and her friends, and oh my goodness, this movie was so sad, but I don't know, I never read the book, and I just really kind of want to. I'm trying to, like I said, branch out, and there's a lot of things that I want to revisit and re-experience, and this is one of them, although I'm experiencing the book for the first time. And again, look how pretty this cover is. I feel like a lot of these books just are really pretty. This is the last book, well, the last book in this box. My original shipment got lost in the mail somewhere, and so Barnes & Noble had to reissue it, and they did not ship everything together. So there is one more book that will be filmed as an add-on at the end of this video once that book comes. It's supposed to be here very, very soon, so I'm hoping. But for the last one for this portion of the video is The Crown by Kiera Cass. I have read the selection series. This is the last book in the selection series, by the way. I've read the first 4. This is the 5th one. I never read it because I just didn't buy it until now. And I think I might have to reread the first 4 to really know what's happening in this one at this point in time. It's been a few years, I think, since I've read the original 4. But I really enjoyed the selection series when I did read it, so I'm interested and excited to go back and reread it as a complete series. So that's that. Also, I never finished my thoughts on the unboxing. So yeah, I'm a little torn between it just because I think there are books on my bookshelf that I would like to get rid of. But at the same time, I don't want to be in the position again where I'm buying copies of the same books because I regret not having them now. But that's something I will have to figure out on my own. And all right, you'll see the next part in like a hot second. Okay, so I finally got my last book in the mail, which honestly came at a great time because today was my first day back at work. And yeah, I'm just really happy that I came home to this after the stress of retail. Okay, let's pull this.
Wow, that did not work in the slightest bit.
Let's try again. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. The 17th Summer by Maureen Daly. So this book is actually credited as one of the first YA novels. It's a summer romance, which I actually want to read, and I talked about this in the first portion of my unboxing, but I want to get back into YA novels. I mean, adult novels sometimes are just really dark and really, I don't know, sometimes they're not as fun. Like sometimes you just want something lighthearted and fun. And okay, I need to get better at my explanations on this channel. I see that's a thing. But this is the last book that I purchased. I'm so happy it's here and I can finally put it away with the rest of my books. Wait. Oh, my bad. But it finally is in its home. So that completes this unboxing video. I did say I was back at work. Today was my first day back. Yeah, I think now after this unboxing, which was very, very short, I think I just want to do my Bible study. Really looking forward to being in my scriptures today. And then maybe I'll finish the book that I'm currently reading. I do want to get a quarantine wrap up on its way to you. That's going to have to be filmed on a day off because the collection of books I've read at this point is a lot. So that's probably going to be a longer video, which is fine. But now I'm going to go read my Bible. Thanks for watching. Bye!